The Flower Nose Butterfly Cloud Color collection has just been released, and I have some of the products here to unbox and try and review and share with you my first impressions. I've tried quite a lot of Flower Nose cosmetics, so I'm keen to give you my reviews and kind of compare them to other releases they've done. There were kind of a few surprises in this collection for me, so stay tuned. I will say before we jump into it that I am an affiliate with Flower Nose, so if you do pick up something because of my recommendation, because you've watched my video, I do get an affiliate commission from that. But they don't have any approval on the content before I make it, and honestly, if they did, I don't think some of the things I say would make the cut. So I'm coming to you live with my first impressions and genuine opinions. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lucy. I like all aesthetic, cute, girly kind of things, but as much as I appreciate cute packaging, we gotta put them to the test. So if you're interested in makeup, skincare, and fashion reviews where I take the product seriously, but I myself am deeply unserious, then please consider subscribing, because that's what I do all the time. I always look a little kooky at the start of these videos because I prep for the makeup that I don't have. Guys, the air wrap is really giving today. Anyway, it differs from video to video, but today we have basically everything except for foundation and brows. So that's what I have on right now. So I'm just giving like smiley face with eyebrows. Flower Nose have very kindly sent over a little bit of everything in this box. I didn't pick anything out, they picked it for me, so we'll see, we'll investigate. And they say on their website that it is inspired by classical Chinese style furniture, intricate carvings of traditional Chinese decorative motifs such as Rouge. I probably definitely got the tones wrong on that. And butterfly patterns, vintage floral and bird illustrations. And they always do these really beautiful like collection gift boxes. And I think they're always pretty beautiful, but this one I do think is particularly stunning, especially because they're taking inspiration from like furniture motifs, so it's like kind of done in that style. I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert on the subject matter because I'm simply not. But as a girly pop who grew up as a kid around like Chinese culture in Hong Kong and kind of seeing those beautiful motifs and stuff, I think it's a really special collection, it's really cool. So I'm gonna start out by grabbing a mirror so I can see what I'm doing and I'm not a blind numpty fumbling around. That is actually so gorgeous, and the shape of it too. You know, I didn't used to be a hand mirror girly, but my current vanity setup, I don't have like a larger mirror, so I started reaching for these hand mirrors, and now I'm like, yes, hand mirrors. Like I get it now. And obviously for our purposes today, extremely handy. I'm gonna start off with the rest of my base. So far I've literally just done like concealer, foundation, powder, which if you're curious, I used the Hera Glow Lasting Foundation, and then I used the Flower Nose Music Box Loose Setting Powder. I just used the translucent one. So we have 2 additional base products in this collection. This is the Flower Nose Butterfly Cloud Color Embossed Highlight and Contour Palette. I just trimmed all my nails short, so now it's like really hard to open everything. That is quite a different design from their previous like palette styles, but I think it's one of the most beautiful that they've done. On the website, they describe it as being inspired by the traditional Chinese furniture folding screens, which I can totally see that inspiration. And for the shades inside, they say it is a contour, a bronzer, and then 2 highlighting powders, 1 matte and then 1 shimmery. And for me personally, who is, you know, Wallace Plasticine white, I think this will work pretty well. I can't really speak to if the other one is going to be particularly inclusive in terms of who that would work for. They are showing it on a darker skinned model and it looks really lovely on her. But as we know from recent makeup news, I can't verify that, especially as it's just come out. So we have this contour palette and then we also have this blush. This is the Rouge Box Duo Blush. Are you ready? Stop, that is so precious. So cute. This is in the shade 01 Rouge Snow. And they say that the design of this compact is resembling a delicate rouge box. And the blush is going to be a pure matte finish, which if you haven't seen my other review videos of Flower Nose, I feel like most of their collections, they do release blushes. And I do think when they do a matte blush, I think their matte blush is the same formula in every collection. But this one is like a little duo one. And they describe the 2 shades in this blush as being a snowy pink and a ripe peach. Low saturation tones, perfect for creating clean, subtle makeup looks, ideal for daily wear. So I'm interested to see how this will show up because I am on the fairer side, but that's quite a light blush, even lighter than I would typically go for. So we shall see. And in this collection, they actually also have little makeup brushes, and I have not tried the Flower Nose makeup brushes before. Oh, that's quite soft. Immediately upon feeling this, I was like, this does not feel like an entirely synthetic brush. And it does not seem to be that. On the website, it says it's polyester and wool. So like a natural bristle and synthetic blend. which will be interesting. I do feel that natural hair bristles do work better for powder products, and then synthetic is better for cream. But let's try the brush with the contour palette. If it's ass, then we can just swap to another one. I'll go in with the lighter, like contoury shade. I assume that's the contoury one. Let's take a little along the jawline. Did that do anything? Kind of hard to see. Let me go a little further up. Let's go here. Oh yeah. Admittedly, I'm gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't use this shape brush for contouring. Typically, I'd use something like more, you know, precise, which I can actually just pinch this brush and use it that way. I mean, it's quite light, but you can kind of see it. Don't hate on my contouring skills, okay? It's not a daily step for me. Very similar to other powder formulas from Flower Notes that I've tried. Very silky, very easy to blend, very beginner friendly. I'm just gonna swatch these two. I mean, look, are they different? Yes. Are they that different when you blend them out? Not really. But in terms of contouring colors for lighter skin tones, these are nice shades. These are similar to the types of shades that I already reach for. You know, they got that nice little bit of gray in them. And then just out of curiosity, let's swatch these two as well. Oh, this one's nice and frosty. Wait, that is really pretty. That like frosty vanilla. And that one, you can't really see that well. Kind of the same color as my face. I'm just gonna take another brush and dip it in here and see if that does really like show up. Yeah, not really. This one for me is more of a face powder, but that is okay because actually in terms of having an all-in-one palette, so many times I feel like, and I'm sure many of you have had this too, you have an all-in-one palette, but really you're like, you don't like a couple of the shades, or some of them you actually use and some of them you kind of don't. This one I actually think I would use all of the shades, because even if this is not like a highlighting powder, if it's like a sheer face powder, I'm not mad at that. I'll use that. I'm very excited to try the highlighter, but I want to put some blush on first because that's the order I do it in. Alrighty, let's try this blush. I'm gonna also take a swatch of this. Let's see the blush. Oh, I will say, sorry, actually the optics of me just sniffing my fingers like that is a little odd. I will say I do think these powders have a scent that I don't remember smell. It's nothing like crazy, not a big scent, but I don't remember previous collections having much of a scent. I feel like these ones have like a little, like a powdery, slight perfume scent. Definitely quite subtle, but let's see, because sometimes things on the hand don't, it's different on the face. I'm just gonna swirl them together. Oh yeah, that is showing up. It's definitely subtle, but it's definitely there. That is what that is looking like. Not gonna lie, for me, this kind of shade is actually something I would genuinely reach for when I do something that is a bit more of like a nude lipstick and like heavier on the eyes. I don't do that very often because I feel like I don't pull it off that well, or I haven't figured out how to do it for like my features, my vibe. But when I do a look like that, I am always like, what blush do I put with this? Because it feels weird when I don't have any blush because I just look too, you know what I mean? It looks too stark. It needs something to soften it. And something like this is quite pretty. I thought it might be too like orangey, like looking at it in the pen, but it's more of like it's like quite a neutral, pinky, beigey sort of color. I actually like that a lot more than I thought I would. That is kind of a pretty color for me personally. That's very nice. And I will say the range of different colors they have one that's like a split lilac-y purple with like a candy colored pink. That one looks really pretty. I like that a lot more than I thought I would. That looks really cute. It's kind of giving Bridgerton. Like not really, but you know what I mean? Like my blush but better, like natural vibes. Like, is she even wearing blush? Now let's add some highlighter because this looks so pretty. So let's see. Ooh, that is pretty. That looks really beautiful on camera. In person, it looks a little more intense, a little more like frosty, a little more like she is wearing highlighter, which is not a bad thing, but you know what I mean? It's not like, ooh, like just a subtle glow. It's less subtle in real life. In person, it's a little bit less and a bit more like, you know? That is a stunning, soft cheek look. It's giving like Elizabeth Swan, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not. Okay, am I just a white lady with brown hair and brown eyes? Yes, but it's kind of serving. Moving on before I get completely delusional and that I don't gas myself up too much that I become an actual fire hazard. Let's move on to eyes. This is the Embossed 6 color eyeshadow palette. Oh, They really are always beautiful. It really just depends on which, I guess, aesthetic or collection speaks to you personally the most. And this one is in the shade 02 Cloud Attire. Oh, yes, that is so pretty. And immediately I need to swatch these shimmer shades. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with Flower Nose, they are kind of famous for their shimmers. I would actually, you know what, I'm gonna roll that back. I would say Sea Beauty in general is quite famous for their like shimmers and glitters, but I haven't really explored too much Sea Beauty other than Flower Nose. So let me know if you would like me to try some other Sea Beauty brands. But from trying Flower Nose, they have a stunning glitter and shimmer shades. They do these really blinding kind of glitters, and then in the Midsummer Fairy Tales they started doing more of like a sheer iridescent-y kind of shimmer, and I'm thinking that's what these might be. Here we go. Ooh, they're kind of creamy. It's always really hard because they never show up as pretty on camera as they are in real life, but these are definitely sheer shades. Like, you can't really see them in some lights, but they're very reflecty and shiny. This one on top, it looks just white on camera, but in person it's got little flecks of pink and blue. Super pretty. And then the other one is like an iridescent, like purpley pink. Maybe like there you can kind of see. I'm gonna go in with this sort of a light taupey pink shade. And don't mind the crustiness on my eye. It was a casualty of the great allergy return of 2024. And then I'm gonna go in with this deeper sort of dusky pink color on the outer corner. Ooh, a little more pigmented than I expected, okay. And then I feel like I am wearing this lavender cardigan. It's not quite the same shade as this, but I feel like I'm gonna go in with this all over the lid. That purple color is really pretty. I think the individual colors are pretty. I'm not sure I'm loving it on me right now with this combo, but also, you know, we'll see how it looks at the end. I'm gonna take a little bit of this purple shimmer. I'm gonna pop it on the outer half of my lid. I'm gonna take the white shimmer over the inner half. Got a little bit of fallout, but not much. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but I think you can kind of see the difference in the shimmers. Just gonna make sure they're kind of blended together. It is very princess vibes. I feel like we have done a bit of a hard pivot from like soft period drama to like full Barbie glitter fairy princess. There is also this kind of steely gray blue shade, but we do actually have an eyeliner. Forgot the word. And this is the liquid eyeliner in tea brown. I've tried their liquid eyeliner before, so I don't know if it's the same formula, but I love that liquid eyeliner. People don't chat about it because the eyeliners aren't as like fancy packaged as other things, but it's a really good eyeliner. So I don't know if it's gonna be the same, but we will investigate. Here she is, nice little pen. And I'm hoping if it's anything like the other one, it's going to be a brush tip. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna try and get it in one go. Alrighty. Oh, bit of a big one, that's okay. Oh, yeah, this is the same and it's bomb. Not bad for a first go. Yeah, that is a beautiful eyeliner. I would say if you are new to doing eyeliner or you want to do a winged eyeliner and you feel like you haven't really gotten the hang of it, learn with a brush tip. I know people like the felt tips and I respect that, but I feel like you can be so much more like detailed with the brush tip. Like you can really, you know, get in there. Is that a little bit wonky? Yeah, probably. Actually, not that wonky, considering I'm slightly wonky. In fact, most of us are slightly wonky, and that's totally normal. You can see it's kind of fighting against the like glitter that was already on my eyelid, which fair enough, I think most eyeliners would struggle, but very easy to use. Super nice color. If you like a dark brown, they do black as well. I just feel like it's so easy to maneuver, like a really nice fine tip. You know what? It's giving sisters not twins, but I promise you, once you curl your lashes and put mascara on, it really is a lot harder to tell. Speaking of which, this collection actually has an eyelash curler, which I have my trusty lash curler. I am a lash curler girly. I just have really straight lashes and I find curling my lashes is something that makes a huge difference. Like if I forget to pat my lash curler, it's not gonna be a good makeup day for me personally. I'll give this a try. I feel like they all do sort of look a bit like medieval torture devices, but let me just see. Ooh, that had a firm grip. Pretty decent curl. Not sure if it is as good as my regular one. I mean, yeah, you can see the difference. Okay. I have not tried any mascaras from Flower Nose before. They're saying it's waterproof and sweatproof, and this is in the shade Chestnut Brown. So as you can see, it is brown and not black, which I love a brown mascara. So let's give it a go. I feel like first time uses of mascara are never really gonna be how they actually are. I feel like mascara is like wine. Like after the first open, they kind of like breathe a little bit and become more like what they're meant to be. Ooh, okay. I love the separation it gives. And in terms of the color, I feel like a lot of brown mascaras I use are like a really dark, almost like a black brown. But this one's kind of giving like brown, which is really cute actually. I mean, what do we think? I think it has potential.
Hi, Editing Lucy here. A little update on the mascara. After using it a couple of times, I would say this is a crispy mascara, which I think some people love a crispy mascara and some people do not. And what I mean by that is it dries crispy, it dries hard. So it's really stubborn for any kind of removal. So if you do want that really strong hold and you don't want it to move or budge at all, I would recommend it. It is just quite difficult to remove and you do need a dedicated remover. So not my daily driver mascara preference for me personally, but it is kind of like a lot of those really popular Japanese mascaras that I know people really love, which I like as well, but I just don't love them for every day. So that's how I feel. Just an update. Okay, back to the rest of the review.
See, what did I say? As soon as I put the eyeliner and the mascara on, I feel like the eye look really comes together. But we still have a final touch, which is lipstick, and I have two of the shades. These are the Glossy lipstick, and we have one in the shade 05 Peach Blossom and 08 Sunset Clouds. These lipsticks come in 9 shades, and the formula is designed for a non-sticky, high reflective lip look, providing a plump, glowy finish. I've tried other glowy lipsticks from them. I do think this seems like a new formula to my understanding. 5 looks like a sort of peachy pink raspberry coral. 4 describing words. And 08 is like a brownie brick reddy sort of color. I think 05 will be the one I will prefer. So let's try 08 first. Oh, wow, that is a really soft formula. Like I wouldn't roll it up any higher over the component because it will just like go everywhere. It's super wet. It's like a gloss stick. Yeah, this isn't really the type of shade I would go for personally, but it is pretty. Bit of a finicky application though, in terms of kind of how glossy and like wet the formula is. And this is quite a like a bright color, so I did have to, you know, like kind of be careful with it. Really nice formula, like super pretty. Kind of reminds me of the like the YSL glossy formula. Yeah, that's definitely a new formula from Flower Nose to my understanding. I've not tried anything else from them. So this is 05. It's almost like a lip oil, but like in a solid stick form. Like I barely wound that up at all, but the products kind of come out of the tube. What do we think? I really like how it looks on, but that color is a lot more within my comfort zone. The finish, honestly, I think it's really pretty. Like you couldn't just put this on without looking into like a mirror or something, because I think it could just be a bit of a disaster. A very, very pretty finish, but I wouldn't recommend it like on the go for touch-ups. Do you know what I mean? But I do like it a lot. And I do prefer like a glossy lip product, so it's up my alley. Also, I don't think I said, it does have a smell. I would say it's kind of like a vanilla, caramelly, white chocolatey kind of scent. Sort of like that cocoa buttery kind of scent, but not really, it's sweeter than that. It's caramelly, which is really yum. This formula looks and feels a lot more expensive, I think, than it is. These lipsticks are $20 US, and this is reminding me of lipsticks I've tried that are like 40, 50 bucks. Super nice formula, just a little bit finicky, but I really like that. Okie dokie, that is everything from the Cloud Collar collection. There are some products here which I feel have really surprised me. There are some products which I'm kind of meh on. In terms of kind of standouts, maybe it's recency bias because I tried this last, but I do think the lipstick is a really cool formula. I do think it's new for Flower Nose. That is a really nice lipstick formula, and I hope they continue to make more lipsticks in this formula, in new shades, in different packaging. I think this might be my favorite lip formula from Flower Nose that I've tried so far. Also a favorite is the contour palette. I kind of was like contour palette, schmontour palette, but the packaging of this is stunning. And all of the shades in here are all things I would use. I like all the shades. I think the quality is really nice. If you're a similar skin tone to me, then potentially you might like this as well. And then the last thing that I was quite impressed by was this blush. Not because I think the formula is anything super new for Flower Nose. I think it's very similar to the other matte blush formulas they already have, but I didn't think I would like this shade as much as I do. So again, I think if you are on the fairer side, then this could be like a really nice, like super soft, no blush vibe. The brush also is really nice quality and super soft. Eyeliner, I've already spoken about it in other videos before. I think it's a really great, affordable liquid eyeliner with a brush tip. And they have it in brown and black, and yeah, recommend very, very much. If you like a brush tip eyeliner, or if you haven't tried one, try this one, it's good. Mascara, yet to be seen, will report back. Like how it looks now, but we'll see how we go, you know, with subsequent applications. And then the eyeshadow palette. To be honest, it's not my favorite from the Flower Nose palettes I've tried. That's not to say that the quality isn't there. The quality is on par with all of the other Flower Nose eyeshadow palettes. It really just depends on which collection you like, which color combination you like. And if these are the kind of colors that you would reach for all the time, then I think you would really enjoy this. I just know that I wouldn't reach for this exact combination all the time as a palette. Do you know what I mean? They have some palettes, I think maybe even one in this collection, but in other collections that are more neutral, and they have the glitter shades in them as opposed to the sheer shimmery shades. I do like the sheer shimmery iridescent shades, but the glitters are really impressive. And I think like the glitter shades in the other palettes are a bit more standout, like wow. Whereas these are just more on the subtle side. They're really pretty, but they're less like va va voom wah wah wee wah, you know? Oh, and the mirror. I think the mirror is pretty. They have a really nice lineup of super cute hand mirrors, and I think this one is particularly cute, but they're all really cute. So just pick the one that you like the most. Or alternatively, I think these make for really great gifts for people. So that is my roundup of the Butterfly Cloud Color collection from Flower Nose, my kind of first impressions, initial thoughts and review from someone who is not a makeup artist, but likes to put things on their face for fun. If you are going to check anything out from this collection, I do have a discount code, and if you click through any of the links, that I think it should apply automatically. And if you haven't seen my other Flower Nose videos, then if you want to see reviews of like different collections and different products, then you can check them out. Then you'll get even more knowledge and information to inform your purchasing decisions. Yum, 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 critical thinking. I hope this was handy. Feel free to leave any questions down below and maybe I can help you out. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.